How are you doing?
Very good.
Since we last met. Hi, Mr. Lamy.
Well, as far as the flight is concerned, it seems that our flight this morning. Thank you, personally, and your colleagues. Great day for us, and the overall year has been extremely implementation reforms, which I'm sure we'll be able to perform.
Sit down. No, it's
the WTO Ministerial Conference. I would like to warmly welcome WT/ACC/C.
Mr. Chairman, let me join. I'm pleased to report on the work.
Invite the Ministerial Conference to approve the draft protocol to the accession of Montenegro. The Ministerial Conference so agrees. The Ministerial Conference so agrees.
Dear Mr. Chairman, ladies and gentlemen, it is a special honor and a privilege for me to address you on behalf of the government of Montenegro and to express my pleasure with the fact that today, with the unanimous vote of acceptance by the member states, Montenegro will become the new member state of the World Trade Organization, the most significant trade organization globally. This has been a particularly successful year for us. Montenegro is stepping firmly down the road of integration into the European structures, which was once more confirmed by the last week's decision of the European Council to open accession talks for the EU membership in June 2012, based on further implementation of standards. With the good neighbourly relations, her internal political and economic stability, ethnic and religious diversity, attractiveness for investors, regional cooperation, cooperation at the global level, through the participation in the peacekeeping missions, Montenegro represents a reliable partner in the times of the global financial and economic crisis, a country that can serve as an example to the countries on the road to integration. Today's formal acceptance of Montenegro into the WTO membership represents another important achievement in the process of integration into modern international economic structures. It is the confirmation of the quality of approach and credibility of the efforts invested, as well as the results of the reforms government pursued in the past 6 years. Through our commitment and endeavours, we proved to be open and ready to operate according to the principles of the developed world, and that we belong to the most eminent global free trade family. With the membership in the WTO, Montenegro accepts the duty to observe the internationally adopted rules of operation. In this way, we provide equal treatment to our enterprises abroad and send another positive signal to the foreign investors. Through the free trade agreements with EU, EFTA, Turkey, Ukraine, and soon to be with Russia, Belarus, and Kazakhstan, we demonstrate that our economy is open. This comparative advantage in foreign relations, together with internal efforts to preserve fiscal and financial stability, pursue structural reforms, and improve the business environment and reduce business barriers, make Montenegro competitive in the global market. Mr. Chairman, ladies and gentlemen, as the experience of other member states has shown, I believe that the membership of Montenegro in the WTO will lead to an increase in foreign direct investments, faster transfer of technologies and knowledge, strengthening of competitiveness of the local producers as a prerequisite for sustainable growth and development of our economy, and improve quality of life of each and every citizen. Thus, the membership of Montenegro in the WTO is even more important, especially having in mind that the financial crisis is not over yet and that Europe is still suffering from its consequences. I am encouraged by the fact that a number of local businesses have positioned themselves successfully in the regional and wider markets, thus confirming their competitiveness. And I'm certain that after today's accession to the WTO, the number will continue to grow. On a concluding note, let me take this opportunity to thank Director General Pascal Lamy and Ambassador André Logar for their personal efforts, as well as the EU, United States and other member states who have facilitated the process to its successful ending. Thank you very much for your attention.
Now we stand up and we present this. Like this. Shoulder. That's where we are. Very good.
S'il vous plaît.
Yeah.
Merci.
Yeah. Voilà. Okay.
S'il vous plaît. First of all, let me say that I'm very proud to be here today because I really believe this is the great day for Montenegro, and a great year for Montenegro. I think that we're going to leave behind a very successful year in which Montenegro has managed to continue with the integration process. Last week, as I said in my remarks to the General Assembly, we got European Council's approval for the accession talks to start next year, 2012, based in June 2012, based on further implementation of the reforms. Today is another great day because Montenegro, after several years, is completing its way towards the WTO, and we have continued with the efforts to move towards the NATO by also meeting successfully a lot of standards and criteria. So, in overall, I think that the whole year has been extremely positive, and it helps build Montenegrin economy and society as competitive, dynamic, and therefore our expectations for joining WTO are such that we believe that Montenegro will gain visibility in global affairs, in global trade, which we believe is extremely important in today's world of economic hardship. Therefore, I'm sure that and confident that WTO accession will help Montenegro build competitive and dynamic economy, and that will help us further focus on raising employment, on raising productivity, as our companies who are already part of the global trade, regional and global trade, will have another chance for that. I'm grateful to Director General Pascal Lamy because he has offered to us technical support in letting people know more about WTO benefits, advantages, and we will definitely take that opportunity in time to come to expand the knowledge of the possibilities and benefits to our companies. Let me also take this opportunity to thank Montenegrin team, which in certain stages has been led by different people. Let me thank the former Minister for European Integration, Gordana Đurović, who was at some point chief negotiator and who did a great job to move us at the doorstep of the WTO. Let me thank the other people, current chief negotiator, Minister of Economy, who has successfully concluded talks, and everybody else who helped in Montenegro to come to this point. Let me also once again thank Director General Pascal Lamy for his personal efforts. Let me thank Ambassador André Logar for his personal involvement and efforts. Without them, it would have been a lot harder. And let me once again thank all the countries, European Union, United States and other member states for helping us facilitate the process to this very successful successful ending. We appreciate that support very much, and we understand that in the post-accession period, Montenegro will have to assume a lot of important responsibilities, and I'd like to assure you that we're ready for that.
Well, as compared to another accession which we commented before the press yesterday, Montenegro is certainly a smaller country. But it also shows that smaller can be faster. Montenegro's accession by WTO standard has been a relatively quick one, although long in the eyes of Montenegrin authorities. And it's very important for this country because, as you may know, Montenegro has a trade to GDP ratio of 100%, which shows why trade is so important for the country. But as we all know, trade in the Balkans is also more than economics. Fractions for this region, which has endured great conflicts, trade has been, and I'm sure will continue to be, a catalyst for peace, for stability, which are also core values of this organization. In becoming a member of WTO, Montenegro acquires an insurance policy for its exporters, the quality seal of approval that foreign investors value so highly. I think Montenegro is already a very attractive place for foreign direct investment, but as part of this global web of rules and obligations, it becomes even more so as far as business is concerned. And I think, as the Prime Minister just said, this is particularly important in today's difficult economic climate when protectionist pressures are on the rise. For us in the WTO, this is a reaffirmation of the importance countries attached to the multilateral trade system. As you know, this year will have been a good vintage for accessions in WTO. And as members in accession join, we are slowly progressing to being a really universal organization. I think for a small country like yours, membership in the WTO is also a critical link to the wider world, hence to a brighter future. And I just want to finish in thanking you personally, Mr. Prime Minister, for the leadership in this process of opening, of reform. When we discussed bilaterally earlier this afternoon, you told me that was your policy, more to come, and I'm glad that insofar as WTO is concerned, we've been able to help you modernizing your country. If we can help, that's what our mission is about. Thanks a lot.
Well, thank you for the questions. First of all, I believe it's sending an important political signal because joining WTO, for example, would make Montenegro more visible, would affect many indicators, would encourage investors to come to Montenegro. As I already said, it would encourage investors to transfer technologies, to transfer knowledge, and also it would encourage our companies to gain competitiveness and try to step out of Montenegro and gain some benefits based on WTO rules. So this is definitely an important day because, and it is related to the next question, because it also enables us at some point to open a trade chapter to join European Union. Why EU at this point? I think that one has to be aware that regardless of the economic hardship and the need to regain competitiveness and respond to most immediate challenges, EU member states still form the biggest economy in the world and highest standard of living. For us, who live in the Western Balkans, joining EU means that we will get added value by implementing reforms that would build our institutions based on the rules of the game, which are applied to in the developed world. And that's what we are streaming for, and that's what we will continue doing in time to come. Regardless of many issues that are now going on, we are firmly on our way to meet all the necessary requirements and continue with the reforms. Currently, interestingly enough, Montenegro is a country that has circulated euros for some time, even though we are not official part of the Eurozone. We believe that euro has all along been the anchor of the economic reforms, and euro has been the anchor of the political stability in Montenegro. Therefore, I'm sure that the latest package of reforms that will be applied, which suggest the need to build fiscal union and so on, is something that would bring benefits to our economies. Therefore, our goal is to meet criterion from Maastricht, meaning budget deficit, public debt, and other necessary reforms in order to preserve fiscal and financial stability, along with improving business environment and structural reforms. I think Montenegro will get ever more visible in regional but also global markets. Well, definitely, Montenegro is a small economy. Our GDP is 3.2 billion euros, so quite a small economy. And by joining WTO and other integration processes, as I said, we're trying to get visibility. We're trying to get a good track record, because it further on also implies that certain other institutions which measure certain indicators which are important for foreign investors who don't have much time to do various sorts of due diligence and so on, come to a country and explore the possibilities to invest. Therefore, I hope that through this channel of communication, through the benefits of being into the WTO, we may make more attractive certain industries by which Montenegro is well known. Because WTO is not only about goods, it's also about services. We are trying to liberalize in our economy, and the fact that we have free trade agreements with a number of countries extended to almost 800 million people market suggests that our economy, as a small and flexible one, should develop based on the openness, and we firmly believe in that. Therefore, industries such as tourism, energy, agriculture, but also some other industries, and probably from the goods point of view, it's probably aluminium, the most known, but also some others will have definitely new possibilities by being part of the WTO.